Oh, hi. Are you ready? I'd like to thank all Wakandans. Oh my God! That's another human rights violation. Did I offend you? I'm sorry. So you know here at Amnesty, we love human rights. It's kind of our thing. All right, the 2019 Oscars are just round the corner. So how about we do our very own version of the Oscars, an Amnesty Oscars, for the film with the best human rights message. Just in case you weren't aware, in 1948, the UN sat down and decided that we deserve a little bit more. They put together 30 rights and freedoms that belong to you, me, and everyone else in the world. And it's our shared humanity, our experience of being human, that the Declaration of Human Rights seeks to protect. Oh, cool. I want to show you that you can find human rights themes in the most unlikely places. So today I'm going to be focusing on 3 films with powerful human rights messages. Stay tuned to find out which ones they are. There are lots of spoilers coming up, so be warned. Chaka kills his own brother. Kicking off with Vice, directed by Adam McKay, Vice tells the true story of Dick Cheney, President George W. Bush's vice president from the year 2001 to 2009. Vice takes a while to get going. The first hour or so is about Cheney's early career, both in the White House and as CEO of Halliburton.
That is what us cowboys do.
But the interesting part, from my point of view, is what happens after the September 11th attacks.
I'll call our allies to build a coalition.
Then the movie focuses on Cheney's role in the so-called War on Terror. Cheney tries to implement something called unitary executive theory to prepare for war in Iraq. It's a legal argument based on a dubious interpretation of the US Constitution. And it gives the president the power to take total control of the executive branch of government. In other words, the president can do whatever he likes without worrying about Congress or international law. This paves the way for a long list of human rights abuses. As Cheney and Powers discuss stress positions, confined spaces, and waterboarding.
Are you even more ruthless than you used to be?
Archive footage depicts the real-life abuses that took place in Abu Ghraib prison. Under the Geneva Convention, these interrogation techniques would usually constitute torture, which of course is illegal. But as Cheney points out, the Geneva Convention is open to interpretation. In one surreal scene set in a restaurant, a waiter lists the specials of the day. These include dishes such as the enemy combatant, where a person has no protection under the law, or extraordinary rendition, where a person is abducted without record and taken to countries that still torture. Then there's Guantanamo Bay, that allows you to operate outside of legal due process. After offering a long list of dishes which bend and twist international law, the waiter asks them what they would like, to which Cheney says, "We'll have them all." This scene alone depicts at least 7 human rights violations. Articles 5 to 11 are all about our rights to legal protection, due process, and the right not to be tortured. Need I go on? Now on to a very different kind of movie. Wakanda Forever. Yes, I'm talking about Black Panther.
I now present to you King T'Challa.
Directed by Ryan Coogler, it tells the story of T'Challa, who after the death of his father, returns home to the African nation of Wakanda to take his rightful place as king and become
The Black Panther.
But a powerful enemy suddenly reappears to challenge T'Challa, a US Black Ops soldier known as Killmonger.
Each one is for a kill.
He goes to Wakanda to seek revenge for his father's death and to claim the throne for himself. And once in power, Killmonger is out for blood. The way he sees it, with Wakanda's technology and weapons, insurgents all over the world could rise up against their white persecutors.
When black folks started revolutions, they never had the firepower or the resources to fight their oppressors. Where was Wakanda?
Wakanda didn't share its technology with its neighbors. The countries bordering Wakanda, as well as the African diaspora, were colonized and enslaved throughout history.
I know how colonizers think, so we're gonna use their own strategy against them.
It's this turning of a blind eye to the suffering and slavery of other Africans that fuels Killmonger's hatred.
They'll arm oppressed people all over the world so they can finally rise up and kill those in power.
But T'Challa hopes to share the knowledge and resources of Wakanda for the greater good of all people who, like a tribe, are born free and equal.
We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
Human rights are largely about protecting us from the worst of humanity, but they embody something much more, that we are all equal no matter who we are or where we're from.
But in times of crisis, the wise build bridges, while the foolish build barriers.
He decides to reveal Wakanda's true identity to the United Nations, birthplace of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
And for the first time in our history, we will be sharing our knowledge and resources with the outside world.
Our final movie is perhaps the most unlikely because it's not really about humans at all. Oh, so cute! Director Wes Anderson invites us into a surreal world in which dogs can talk.
I lost all my spirit. I'm depressed.
This Japanese-inspired stop-motion animation provides an interesting metaphor for human society. So, for the purpose of this review, we're assuming these dogs have human rights. Ooh, did you fart? Ooh! The Japanese city of Megasaki is under the rule of Mayor Kobayashi, who has a cunning plan to rid the city of dogs.
Canine saturation has reached epidemic proportions. Dog flu threatens to cross the species threshold and enter the human disease pool.
Oh, are you all right there? Oh. Mayor Kobayashi bases his re-election campaign on a promise to eradicate dog flu.
Mayor Kobayashi of Funi Prefecture issues emergency order. By official decree, Trash Island becomes an exiled colony.
The dogs are unfairly detained on a disgusting island full of toxic waste, where they have no freedom of movement and live in fear of the law that is supposed to protect them. Meanwhile, the Science Party candidate, Professor Watanabe, has found a cure for snout flu, but the cat-loving mayor places the professor under house arrest. Luckily, foreign exchange student Tracy is wise to the unfolding conspiracy.
The Science Party candidate is being held against his will with no recourse to legal counsel.
Who do we know who imprisons their political rivals? Tracy becomes a pro-dog activist, calling on dog lovers to see the truth.
I believe Municipal Dome propaganda has deliberately stoked irrational anti-dog fear and suppressed a medically proven dog flu treatment in order to promote a secret campaign to turn the country against its innocent house pets.
Propaganda? Stoking irrational fear? Trump, anyone?
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Make America great again. When Mayor Kobayashi holds a secret meeting of co-conspirators to discuss their evil plan,
as you know, we all hate dogs.
we see all the human rights abuses laid bare.
You eliminated all pro-dog opposition through the use of bribery, extortion, intimidation, and violent force.
People have the right to freedom of opinion and expression. The pro-dog opposition have every right to make their voices heard. They should not be silenced through the use of violence and intimidation.
Brains have been washed. Wheels have been greased. Fear has been mongered.
Create an enemy, stir up fear, and start a propaganda campaign. I think Kobayashi would feel very at home with the likes of Trump, Putin, Duterte, and Bolsonaro.
To your readers, the good people of Megasaki, I say, the cycle of life always hangs in a delicate balance. Who are we, and who do we want to be?
After confronting Mayor Kobayashi and exposing the conspiracy, Atari becomes the new mayor of Megasaki. As you can see, when you scratch beneath the surface, human rights themes are everywhere. You just have to look. So, who should get the award? I was going to give it to Christian Bale for Vice, but actually Nero here has convinced me that Isle of Dogs deserves to win. What would you like? The Oscar or the treat? It's going to be a hard one, isn't it? No. I guess he has already made up his mind. So can you guys let us know in the comment section any films with a great human rights message that you would like us to review? That's all from me and Nero. We hope that you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us again soon. Hello, Nero. Another treat? Let me give you another one. Did you fart again? Oh, he did. Oh, Jesus. Good, just in time. Yeah, you can take your treats. Oh my gosh, your farts are pungent. Oh, did you get that? Did you get